Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to another mega gadget collection. It's been extremely busy over the last few days at Geekanoids and I just love sharing with you a whole different array of gadgets and technology in the one video. You'll also notice I'm sporting a new haircut, very short on top, almost as long around the stubble area, and the summer is here. It is glorious weather at last in the UK and it just cheers everyone up. So if you're not sitting around playing with your technology, get out in the sunshine and maybe enjoy some outdoor technology for a change. Anyway, on with this week's video, and I've got a whole host of products here to share my opinion on. We're going to kick things off with this little device here. This is the BlueSync SRC. Now I have featured one of their products on the channel before, and this is a little sort of Bluetooth speaker. I'll give you a closer look in a minute. But first of all, I want to just show you the box. This is the product box. So it's the BlueSync SRC. It's a portable, rechargeable Bluetooth speaker. It's also got a microphone built in as well, and it comes with a supplied sort of carry pouch so you can carry it around nice and safely without getting it scratched. If I just turn side on here, I can never remember all of the specifications, but basically it's got a 6-watt output, 12-watt peak. Drivers are 2x35mm drivers in here. It's got a 1050 milliamp hour battery, and because it's Bluetooth, it's got a range of round about sort of 30 feet. So let's have a closer look at it. Pop the box down there. You can get different colours. This is obviously black and red. I'm going to give you a close-up look at this as well. If we just look round on the top, we've got the controls there for syncing the device, also for track control, making and taking calls, etc., turning the device on and off. And then round on the front, this is obviously the speaker grill. So we've got two 35mm drivers in here. And then round on the bottom, there's a little portion that you can take off, which is where you install the supplied rechargeable battery. So it's a nice compact unit, and you can synchronize it with all different devices. I've been using this with an iPad and an iPhone 5. But if you've got a Google Android device or something else with Bluetooth built in that supports A2DP stereo, then you can connect it to this and stream your audio to it. It sounds pretty good. It's not the best speaker I've heard, but then it is quite small. But I do appreciate how they've actually managed to fit in two 35mm drivers in here. I think they've done a fantastic job to house really good drivers. One thing I didn't show you is round on the back is you have got an auxiliary input. So if you don't manage to use it with the Bluetooth device, you can use the supplied cable and actually just connect in any device that's got a 3.5mm output. We've also got USB there as well for charging, and a headphone jack as well. And it sounds good. It does sound good. I was surprised at what sort of sound output this has for such a small unit. I think the only place that it's possibly lacking is just a little bit on the bass output. It doesn't seem to quite have that grunt on the lower end frequencies, but overall really, really good, the BlueSync SRC. So on with the next product. Which one are we going to do next? Let's do another audio product. I've got quite a few audio products this time, and this is the Boombot REX. Very, very cool product. This is actually another sort of multi-device, ultra portable speaker, and it works really well. I'm just going to show you what it looks like when it's open inside the packaging, so you can get a look at what it looks like there. And it comes in all different colours. It's full range stereo, so it's got two drivers inside it. It's also got built-in speakerphone, so you can use it for making and taking calls and controlling Siri. It's Bluetooth. You can daisy chain extra speakers, so if you've got more than one, then you can do that. It's rechargeable. It's also waterproof as well, and it's just really nicely presented in the packaging. Look at that. Let me give you a close-up of how that's presented in the sort of little sort of foam container there. And you get extra goodies inside the packaging as well. Let me just open this up and then delve down. You get them all really nicely presented in the bottom there. 3.5mm audio jack, which is like a retractable one. You also get a USB cable for recharging it as well. Let's just put that packaging back in. And then this is what the speaker looks like. Very, very cool looking design. Just looks brilliant. Now, on the back here, you've got sort of a clip, so you can clip it to your belt if you want, or a bag, so you can actually use this clip on the back. And then we've got little flaps just on the bottom there, which are covering up all the ports. and there is an in port, an out port, and also the USB port for charging, just underneath those 3 flaps. And then on this side here, we've got the on and off switch. And then just underneath, it's difficult for me to show it to you, but you've got like control buttons just on that section there, just underneath the clip, for volume up and down, and for also a control mode button as well. And if I show you it there, you can see the little drivers just under there. And they're tiny little drivers, but for such a portable speaker, it works really well again. And the finish on it is like this rubberized soft touch feel, really nice tactile feel to it. And I love the color, really, really nice color. So this is the Boombot REX. I don't even think I mentioned that when I first started talking about it. Forgive me for not doing that. That's the name of the product, the Boombot REX. And as I say, it comes in all different colors. Sound wise, again, it's such a tiny speaker that it's never going to be great at all frequency ranges, but for the size of it, it's superb. And the scenario I see you using this on is if you go on holiday, perhaps you're going to a beach, you're going to stick it in your bag, and when you get to the beach, maybe you want to listen to some tunes, you're going to maybe clip it to the bag or maybe to the canvas on your deck chair and use it on holiday. It's sort of a really compact travel speaker. So really nice unit, love the colour as well, very striking colour. This is the Boombot REX. Moving on, let's move on to the next one, and let's do this one next actually. Let's have a break from talking about audio products. This is the TrendNet, and the model number, I forgot the model number already, is the TEW 692GR, and this is a 450 megabits per second dual band wireless N router. And what this is going to do is allow you to either just set up your initial wireless network within your house, or to maybe extend it so you could have another wireless access point. Let's show you the product itself. Let's pop the box out of the way. This is what it looks like. Very compact unit. It's what it looks like on top. Very reflective on top. And then we've got some sort of grills on the side. On this side here, we have got a little reset button on this particular side. And then if I show you around the back, this is where all the connections actually live. So we've got 4 gigabit Ethernet sockets just here. And then just here we've got the WAN socket. So this goes out to your existing internet connection. And then we've got the power input and the on off switch. And then round on the back, we've got these antennas. So 3 antennas for spreading around the sort of internet connection. And as I say, it's 802.11.n support on here. We have got a whole array. Let me just show you that actually close up. If we can get it to focus, we have got a whole array of LED lights on this sort of front panel as well. And we have also got a WPS button for easy connection to other devices, just on the top here, that WPS button. So a very, very good compact unit. Range wise, this is pretty good. Not the best I've tested, but pretty good. I use the new Airport Extreme now, so I can compare it to sort of that. But even comparing it to my previous Airport Extreme base station, some of the TrendNet devices I've tested really have improved things a great deal, give me an extra bar in difficult to reach places. This particular one has sort of more or less stayed the same. In really sort of the furthest distance away from this, I have actually experienced 1 signal bar less on this particular model. But if you were adding this as an additional access point in your house or your building, then definitely recommended. And the thing that I like with TrendNet products is the price point. They do really, really keen pricing. I mean, comparing this, I'm looking over there, but you can't see it. My Airport Extreme base station, comparing this to the Apple product, you could buy probably 3 or 4 of these, possibly even 5. That's how keenly priced they are. So this is the TrendNet TEW 692GR. So if you're in the market for a cost-effective wireless N router stroke access point, look no further. Really good choice. So moving on, what we're going to look at next. I've got a product here that you can hardly see. This is called Pivot Power. I think I'm going to have a look at this one next, because this actually solves one of the problems that I've experienced for a long time with surge protectors. When you're buying things like hard drives, computers, accessories to plug in, some of them come with just standard plugs, and some come with power adapters or sort of transformers, and they're all different shapes and sizes, and they are a pain to fit into some surge protectors. This particular one, excuse all the rattling as I get this out of the packaging, this particular one has got a really different design to it, and it is superb. Very, very good indeed. Now, first of all, I'll just let you know that I'm in the UK, so it's got a 3-pin UK plug on it. It's got a 1.2 meter cord, and the problem with normal surge protectors is when you plug into one of the plugs, if you're using something with a large transformer, it sometimes obscures the plug next to it, so you can't fit it in. It's impossible to, and you end up changing plugs over and swapping them around just to fit all the plugs in along one sort of power strip. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. It goes both ways as well. So if you've got something with a big massive transformer sort of power supply on it, then, and it's in the way, you just rotate this round and then it gives you more room to plug into the next one. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connectors altogether. We've got an on-off button on the front here to turn the devices off and on. It's got surge protection as well, and it's just fantastic that you can put it in all these different positions. Let me just take this off this plug. So if I plug that in here, it'll give you sort of an idea of what I'm getting on about, or going on about, I should say. So with that plugged in there, if you imagine that was a big black sort of power adapter, it's going to get in the way of the next plug. Well, they've given you enough room and you can rotate it round all different angles just to make sure that you can fit everything plugged in. That is really, really cool. I think that is a fantastic, fantastic product. This is the Pivot Power surge protector. Really well made, great design. And actually I love this, I really do love it. And I'm gonna put this into my sort of gadget collection. I'm gonna actually use this because I've got a surge protector in my editing room, and I have to unplug things because the power adapters won't physically fit over the other plugs. Really good product. That's the Pivot Power. Next, let's have a look at some headphones. I'm going to show you the box first of all. These are the Rise Up Raster design from House of Marley, and they just look absolutely fantastic, even on the box. Wow. Just going to read off some of the specifications on here. 50mm drivers in here. Soft bamboo fibre ear cushions made of recyclable aluminium, tangle-free durable fabric cable. Also got integrated microphone and 3-button controller. And inside this box, let me just show you the back of the box, which is made of recyclable material as well. These Marley headphones from houseofmarley.com also include a little carrying pouch as well. So really nice packaging on that. I really love the packaging. The actual headphones themselves, these are they, and they look fantastic. Very, very nice headphones. We've obviously got adjustment on the arms here. This is actually one of the negative points, I would say, because it's quite stiff, the adjustment, and also to get them out to that full extent is quite a hard job. It's quite a stiff sort of ratchet mechanism. That's probably the only negative, because I absolutely love the styling. Look at the side of that. Looks absolutely brilliant. Really, really nice design. Look at that. Looks really just so unique on the styling. Give you a look at that one. Very, very nice. Look at that. Vibrant colouring and a really nice finish to them as well. I'll give you a look around at the top band as well, and that top band is all material with a nice amount of padding underneath. And then if we also give you a look at this, this is the sort of built-in remote control, which has got the microphone in and the track control, volume up and down, etc. And then we've got the braided cable as well. Very, very nicely made. And on the end of that braided cable, of course, we've got 3.5mm audio input. The cushioning on these, really good. The actual rotation on this axis isn't fantastic, there's not really any. The flex is coming from the top headband really, but they do sort of rotate on the other axis. Comfort wise, really good. They look okay when they're on. I don't quite like these sort of gaping holes at the top, but they look all right and they actually feel very comfortable. There's enough padding on this top band and the ear cups are over the ear rather than on ear, and the external sound coming from my surroundings, even though I'm in a quiet environment at the moment, is very good indeed. And because they use like a fabric type material rather than a fake leather or leather material on this side cups, that really does mean that you don't have any problem with getting sweaty ears. They're very comfortable for prolonged periods of time. Let's talk about the audio quality though, because that is where it's really important. Now, 50mm drivers, the low ends on these are spot on. They go very low and well controlled bass frequency as well. Mid-range, acceptable. Some of the vocals I was listening to weren't quite as clear as I was hoping for, but they were more than acceptable, very enjoyable to listen to. A little bit of warmth to vocals as well, or colorization to the vocals rather than it being a more natural sound. High ends, absolutely fine. Very detailed high ends. So only those mid sort of tones were these lacking a little tiny bit, and hardly anything. I'm just being picky. And it's a real personal preference when you're listening through headphones as well. I think these do a very good job, and I absolutely love the styling. I really do love the styling. So let's move on to the next one. Next product, and this is from a company called 12 South, and I really do love 12 South products. I've tested them before actually. This is called the HiRise for the MacBook range of computers, but you could use it with any laptop. If you've got a Windows based laptop, of course you can use it with a Windows based laptop, and you can use it with a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air or one of the older MacBooks if you want to as well. Let's give you a little look at the box, and it comes in a big box, and rather than it being one of these stands that you have to assemble, it comes fully assembled in the box, so when you take it out it is ready to go. And if I turn it around to the back, this gives you an idea of what the use scenario is. So you're going to use it if you're using your MacBook Pro or MacBook Air or other notebook with an external monitor, and you want to raise that screen up on your laptop to the same height as your other monitor or your external monitor, just so you've got a nice ergonomic sort of working area. That's the idea behind it. Now let's give you a closer look at the actual product itself. It's got some nice weight to it, and if I show you on the bottom, this is one of the disappointments. It's made of aluminium. This material here, and I've tested this so many times, it looks like a magnet type material, and the finish on it just isn't brilliant. I was hoping it would be more rubberized because it doesn't give any sort of tackiness or sort of anti-slip features on your desk. So I've got a glossy desk here, and it just feels quite harsh when you place it on the desk. It would be nice if there was some sort of isolation. Maybe even use the same material that they've used up here and use this on the base. That would have solved the problem. But anyway, it's like a V shape for you to put your laptop on. I'll show you my laptop. I've got my laptop just sitting off to the side here. I'll show you that in position in a moment. And it's got a really nice area here, so it's providing you a big stable platform to actually place on your desk. And there's also a thumb screw on the back. And this thumb screw, I hate doing this because it's got quite a spring in it. You loosen the thumb screw off, and you might have seen it there. If I show you again, let me just push this down. So if I loosen this off, yeah, then the height comes up. So you can actually move this up and down until you get this to, can't even do it now. It's a really strong spring in there. And the bit that I don't like about that, I love the fact you can adjust the height, but the thing I don't like about it is if you were to really unscrew this, like quickly, if I do it, there you go, it's got quite a strong spring, so be careful, don't necessarily adjust that whilst it's got your laptop on it. Otherwise you might find your laptop ejects from the building. Let's get my laptop out. So I've got a 13-inch MacBook Air, happens to be one of the new 2013 Haswell models, and let me just go on to my browser and let's pop this on the stand. So this is what it looks like on the stand. So you can see that it's very, very useful to stand this on something like the HiRise, and then when I'm using it on my monitor that's behind me here, I can adjust the height so it's a nice and ergonomic height. Even if you're not using an external monitor, it's a really good idea to actually raise the level of your laptop, put an external keyboard on, maybe an external trackpad as well, and then rise it up to a nice level height for you to work. Don't sit like this and type on your laptop for too long. You'll end up with all sorts of problems, and I know that from my own experience. Get something like this and it will see you really well for a nice comfy working position, especially if you're using it for long periods of time. It's all right to use your laptop on your lap for half an hour or so. Don't go working on your laptop all day on your lap. Pop it on something like this, get a Bluetooth keyboard, and it will really improve the way you work and the way you feel at the end of the day. So that's the HiRise for MacBook from 12 South. Really nice product. I like the anti-slip feature on the top. I just wish they'd replicated it on the bottom. So that's really it for all of the gadgets I'm going to show you in this mega collection. It's been an exciting week at Geekanoids, and I love testing all of these bits and sharing them with you. You will find below sort of shortcut links so you can skip through to specific products. So if that helps you, you can click on a link in the description below, and then that will sort of skip you to various products. I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video. And then there is one thing I just want to show you very, very quickly, and that is this. This actually turned up today, and I wanted to show it to you in this video, but I thought, no, this is going to have its own unboxing video. This is the Blue Microphone Spark Digital. I'm so excited to get my hands on this. It's going to take pride of place in my setup. I'm going to really test it well for you and give you a look at this in the next video. I'm going to unbox it in its own video. So this is the Blue Microphones Spark Digital, brand new microphone from Blue Microphones. So expect to see a video on that very, very soon on the Geekanoids channel. Thank you very much for watching this particular video. As always, I really do appreciate it when you hit that like button. It really does help me. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends about Geekanoids as well. I produce a lot of videos all to do with technology, and I hope I give you a really good mix of technology and gadgets to enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.